is what is the next property strategy for the next 12 to 24 months? Now, I'm going to go over to Bronwyn and to Paul Hilliard in a second. But what I want you guys to start thinking about, if it's okay, and feeding this into your conversation, is the fact that you've got this 3% SDLT surge, 3%. I've got this on my brain now, this excess fees that we all have to pay. The SDLT holiday that we might see if it's going to be, it's all implemented. But the second thing is reduction of VAT. There has been some news that the HMRC will reduce VAT for the hospitality industry, and could holiday lets be part of that. So if you're VAT registered, you might be able to get charged even less. So let's start with you, Bronwyn. What do you think is the next property strategy that people will be talking about in the next 12 to 24 months?
Okay, brilliant question. It's a question I get asked all the time, and it's interesting. People just put a different slant on it. So post-COVID, what's the best strategy out there? Well, yes, there's likely to be a recession. There will be a recession. I think there's no bones about it. The recession is a different type of recession to one we've had before. This is not because the banks haven't got any liquidity. This isn't because this is a worldwide crash. It's very different. However, after furlough, we may well see quite a large number of people being made redundant, and that is going to impact things. So come back to the question, what is the strategy that's going to work? Well, I love holiday lets, but I think the one that I love best of all is purchase lease options. Now, this isn't a strategy for newbies necessarily, but this is about helping landlords or owners who perhaps want to offload their properties. They're a bit tired. This is the final straw for them. And they, if they sold several of their properties at once, it wouldn't be a good idea from a tax point of view. But what you could do is rent it from them for a period of time with the option to buy at a later date. Perfect strategy. I've done a couple of these already, I love teaching people. So yeah, if you want to find out more about that and want to learn a bit more, you know where to come. Cheers. Anyone else?
Paul Hilliard, come on, matey, let's have your views.
I totally agree with Bronwyn. Excellent idea, purchase lease options. So if you don't know anything about it, get yourself educated, and Bronwyn just put her advertisement forward for that. The other area that I'm thinking of is, as Bronwyn mentioned, there will be a recession. Don't know when, don't know how long, but I firmly believe that offices and shops are really going to struggle, and therefore that's an opportunity for converting. And the other area, especially for PLOs, is going to be landlords without cash reserves. They will have, if they've had a rental request from their tenants not to, to have a holiday, go and get yourself a mortgage holiday, then obviously that's, if landlords have followed the advice that Simon gave out some weeks ago, and we all agree with, don't take advantage of the mortgage holiday unless you have to, then obviously if you haven't done that, which is good news, then you may well be struggling cash-wise. If you're not, then happy days. You've now got the opportunity to take advantage of that. So yeah, keep an eye open for commercial to residential conversions, because everyone's learned how to operate differently over the last 3 months. And when we always said it can't be done, it can be done, and look what we've achieved. So anyone else like to offer thoughts? Jenny?
Yeah, hi. Totally agree with what you both said. And I think there's also an opportunity where the landlords are tired, fed up, and possibly feeling well out of pocket, that rent-to-rent options are going to be very popular with some landlords right now, to take the complete hassle away and let somebody else manage their property, accepting a lower rent on it for being able to treat it as a single let. Obviously, if you could add to that the purchase option, that's ideal. But I think a lot more rent-to-rents might be becoming attractive to the landlords, whereas before landlords may have not wanted to go down that route. And I do totally agree with you that there's going to be a lot of office and shop space that is no longer required out there in the high streets, and those are going to be prime pickings for turning into residential units.